I was looking out the window yesterday and I noticed the new leaves forming on my trees. And it just struck me, a simple thought really, but the seasons keep on coming. Leaves and spring comes even when our world is shutting down all around us. And a simple thought, but I recognize the faithfulness of God in this. And in Genesis, after the flood in chapter 8, it says, in springtime and harvest, summer and winter, seed time, every season will continue as long as the earth endures, because great is His faithfulness. The world has its rhythms. We're used to our own rhythms. We're creatures of habit, aren't we? We always have our pattern. We eat and sleep, we celebrate, we serve, we work, we rest. We have all the rhythms of our life. Now we're in a time where we're reestablishing these rhythms. And as a church, I want to help lead you to have some basic building blocks to reestablish ourselves. So we're putting it out as simple and clear as we can, the ABCs, as we establish new rhythms of our life. ABCs: A, acknowledge God. B, believers, all about connecting with them. And C, our community, how we can love, serve, and pray for our community. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm hoping to put together a short video in order to encourage us, to give us a fresh hope and to remind us of who God is. So in the coming weeks, I want to elaborate on these ABCs, but today, just briefly, A, acknowledge God. We've been learning that through the book of Daniel. Nebuchadnezzar, he lost his mind and his sanity until what? Till he lifted his eyes to heavens and he acknowledged God. And we want to have daily times of acknowledging God. This is primarily about prayer and the scriptures, of how we're growing in the Word of God and feeding ourselves, and we're spending time in prayer. A, acknowledge God. B, believers, connect with them. The challenge for each of us is to phone 2 people every day. Simple and yet powerful. And I've already heard so many stories of people making comments like, man, I've been connecting with people more now than I was later when I wasn't social distancing. Phone 2 people a day. We can give you access to the church directory. Just phone in or email the church office and we can send you a copy. And call people. People you know and talk to regularly, people that you just bump into now and then. Phone 2 people. Pray with them, chat with them. Share a word of thanks. Thanksgiving is going to become one of the staples of how we talk to one another and what we need to remind ourselves as believers that God is still good. A, acknowledge God. B, believers, phone 2 of them every day. C, our community. How can you pray for, serve, and love the community that God has placed you in? Neighbors, friends, different contacts that you have. This isn't quite as clear cut. We hope to provide some leadership here, but be sharing ideas of how you're connecting with others and reaching out to them. We want to hear your stories. So the ABCs, the basic building blocks, so that we have that foundation of reestablishing new patterns, new rhythms in our day. All right, until next time.